guys. Good morning and happy Memorial Day. Thank you so much for logging in this morning, for watching this video for today's workout. So we're going to get started on the ground. So if you have a mat or something comfortable to lay down on, carpeted floors works for me, a blanket, a towel. We'll be on the ground pretty much for all of class. We're going to start in all fours, hands and knees. Some planks to do today, laying down on our back, laying down on our side. So whole mix of stuff. Yeah, let's get started. All right, so let's start with a quick stretch. Have a seat, cross-legged, kneeling, whatever's most comfortable, making sure that you have neutral hips, so your tailbone slightly reaching down behind you, but lifting that front waistband. Then as you inhale, take your hands up to the ceiling, reaching up, interlace your fingers, and pressing palms up to get a slight back bend, heart lifting up high, shoulder blades come together. And then releasing one hand down to the ground, little side bend, breathing and stretching open to the side of the rib cage. And then we'll take it over to the other side. Big inhale. And exhale, stretch over. And then bringing those hands in front of you, let's come to all fours. Turn to face the side. Resting up from those palms. Tucking your toes to help widen out through the sides of the hips. Looking forward and down with just a little lift in the back of your head to get that nice long neck. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to start to scoop those core muscles in, rounding the spine, coming into the cat arch. Feeling those abdominal muscles engage, the back of the rib cage widen. Inhale back into that neutral spine, and then exhale, scoop up. So moving from the stomach versus the hips. Couple more breaths. Abdominal muscles scoop in, tailbone, crown of the head, drop down. Widening through the back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, scoop. And then coming back to that neutral spine. Pressing up from your palms. Inhale. The exhale, we're going to extend those hips toward the ceiling. So pressing with those balls, feet, tailbone lifts up. So you're in this kind of pike position or downward dog. Looking back at your knees or toes so your head hangs. We're going to start to shift forward into a plank. Pulling your heart forward. So from that rounded stomach, scooped in stomach, rounded back. Lengthening out, heart reaches forward, looking down right between your hands. And from here, we're going to bend our knees back down to the ground, softly tap them down, and then start to shift your hips back, tailbone toward your heels. Inhale, come back, pull through the palms, the back of the arms. Hips are going to lift up, heels stretch the ground, they don't have to touch. And then shifting back forward into your plank, heels reaching back, crown here long, soften those knees down. Back to all fours. And then repeat, pressing up through the hips. Slide forward into your plank, shoulders over wrists are slightly in front of them. Float those knees back down to the ground. Taking your tailbone toward your heels, keeping your pelvis as level as possible, so not letting it tuck underneath that long abdominal wall. Pull through those palms. Come right back over those hands. Let's do one more round. See that nice big stretch in through the hamstrings, allowing that head to hang. Shifting forward into your plank, so heels reach back. Rotate those hamstrings, keep those hips lifted. Dropping those knees down to the ground, they softly tap down, and sliding those hips back. Come back to your all fours, pressing through the palms, pulling through those triceps. Inhale, reaching up one hand toward the ceiling, so the side of the rib cage helps to open. A little squeeze around the stomach, threading that hand through. Exhale that breath out. Inhale, open, lifting up toward the ceiling. Hugging in those abdominal muscles, wrapping around your belly button. Couple more like this. Feeling that stretch in the abdominal wall. And then that twist, that squeeze around. Do four more on this side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, wrap. Squeeze around waist. Squeeze out the belly button. Twist. 3. And wrap. Exhale out. Inhale, lift up. 2. And wrap underneath. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread. And then bringing your hands back to underneath those shoulders. Hovering up those knees off the ground so that you have that flat back. We're going to start to shift forward, pressing out into our plank. Bending our knees to shift back, taking your hips maybe a little further back behind you to this deep crouch position. Straighten the legs, press those heels behind you. Inhale, stretch out into your plank. Exhale, bend those knees and shift back. You can always take those knees back down to the ground when you shift backwards. Slide forward, legs press you out, and knees bend to slide back. 4 more. Slide it forward. Little lift right in that front waistband, helping you that lower back supported. Last 2. Shift it back. Slide it forward, and last 1. Shift it back. Slide forward into your plank, and then take those knees to the ground. I'm coming into our second side. Inhale, reaching your fingertips up to the ceiling, opening up that side of the rib cage, hug around your belly button. Exhale, thread the arm through. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, scooping around the stomach. You're moving from your breath, from the center of your body, from your core, with that squeeze out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Halfway there. 4, 3, wrap. Last 2, wrap underneath. Last 1, inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist, and back to hands and knees. Shifting into our plank, we're gonna take those heels back. Shoulders stacked over wrists, long flat back. Tighten your hips up to the ceiling, scoop stomach in, allow that head to hang. And then start to walk our hands in. So belly button's pulling in and up. Using that pull of those abdominal muscles, heels down to the ground, soften the knees when needed. Come into your forward fold. Let's roll all the way up, tailbone to the ground, peeling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Up to standing. From here, come back down to the ground, so you're not pulling those abdominal muscles, tugging the chin, head, neck, upper back, mid back, lower back. From those stomach muscles from your belly button, starting to press forward, looking forward with your heart, chest, to walk those hands out in front of you. Starting to pike those hips back up to the ceiling, abdominal muscles draw in, big scoop in the stomach, and then walking your feet toward your hands, belly pulling up, heels hovering, and then drop those heels, soften those knees, forward fold. Slowly rolling back up, tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, and head. Roll all the way back down. Inhale as you exhale, roll down, chin tucks, upper back, mid back, lower back, hands coming down to the ground. Pressing through the abdominal wall to take those feet back. You can lift those heels back into your plank. Holding your plank will stay here. You can always drop down to your knees. Hiking those hips to the ceiling, belly scoops in, belly button lifts up. And then stretching back forward. Inhale, plank. Exhale, pike, abdominal muscles pulling up and in. And then lengthening long spine, crown head one way, tail the other, long abdominal wall. And then rounding the back, belly button pulls in. Dropping those knees back to that cat arch at any time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, scoop, belly pulls in. Keeping those shoulders wide, lots of room for the head and neck. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, scoop. Last 4. 3. And scoop. 2. Scoop all the way up. And last one. Inhale, all 4s. Exhale, pike up to the ceiling. Coming back into your plank, take those knees to the ground. And then send your hips all the way back. Rounding the spine, resting your forehead down onto the floor. Couple breaths here. And then when you're ready, let's roll on up and come to laying down. So we're gonna lay down on our back. Spine peels down, Legs extend out straight with a little bit of wrap of those inner thighs in toward each other, making sure your pelvis is neutral, level. And let's take the hands behind the head. So head's gonna rest into your hands. A little bit of that double chin. We're gonna come into a crunch, keeping those legs extended. Inhale as you exhale, rolling up, head, neck, and shoulder blades. Belly button scoops in, ribs pull together. Inhale, peel back down. Head feels nice and heavy in your hands so that you're not trying to lift your head from the throat or the front of the neck. If it helps for your lower back to bend those knees in, got that option too. If not, you're pressing your legs down to the floor, the back of the thighs, calves, heels. Scoop and inhale, lower. Do a couple more like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2. Roll it down, final 1, inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower your head down, arms are gonna come down to your side. So even without the head lifting, you still want a little bit of wrap of those front ribs pulled together. Your spine, tailbone, lower back, upper back, neck, and head resting on the floor. Start with that leg closest to you guys. We're gonna start to draw that knee out to the side so that your big toe travels up from that inner ankle, calf to the inner knee. Knees out to the side, might feel a stretch to the inner thigh, and squeezing those muscles to bring that leg toward parallel. So knee up to the ceiling. Knees gonna open back up, try to keep both hips in place. I'll stretch the inside of the leg. And then pushing out from the abdominal wall, those deep lower abs, to take that leg back out. So moving just a little bit bigger. Knee bends in, looks up to the ceiling, back out to the side, and press it back out. Inhale, knee drawing up to the side, toe on that inner calf or knee. Exhale, turn it in. Inhale, let it fall out. Exhale, press all the way back down. And repeat. Drawing that knee in, keep those hips still and level to the ceiling, out to the side, and all the way back out to straight leg. 4 more. Draw it in. Turn to the ceiling, back out to the side, and stretch it back down. Last 3. Knee open side, to the ceiling, out to the side, all the way down. Last 2. Knee in, up, out, and lower. Final 1, taking that knee out to the side, up toward the ceiling, opening back out to the side, all the way down. Starting to take that leg up toward the ceiling. I'll just take the hands out a little bit more in a T shape. I'm gonna reach with the opposite hand. Head, neck, shoulder blades lift up, reaching for your toes, inner ankle, and come right back down. So same leg. You can also take your hand behind your head, a little extra neck support. Works too. Lift, twist, peel back down. Same leg as before, whole time, not switching yet. Same twist in the waist, so when you're threading your arm underneath. Exhale on the way up, squeezing around the belly button to twist, both hips stay down, all the leg extended if possible. Yeah, we get a couple more, we'll count down and then we'll switch it up. Last 4. 3. Inhale down. Exhale, peel up. Final 2. And last one. Lift up, reach for your foot. Roll it all the way down. Arms come back down to your side. So same leg, we're gonna bring the knee in. This time, knee toes pointed up toward the ceiling. Foot's lifted off the ground, about 90 degrees. Send that leg out, reaching through the toes for that quad turn on. Bending your knee back over the hip. And that leg extends to the floor, all the way back out. Knee in, lifting the foot off the ground. Hip stays in place. Send the leg out. Bend the knee, and take it off. Take it down to the floor. 2 more like that, then we'll add on. Knee in, toes reach out, Bend that knee in and back down to that starting position. Last one like this. Knee bends in. Send the leg out. Bend the knee in and lower all the way down. Our legs into that same kind of forward part movement. We're going to roll up head, neck, and shoulder blades, reaching for the back of the thighs. A nice big scoop in the stomach. Pressing your hamstring into your hands, and that leg extends. That's going to lift you up a little bit higher. So your leg is helping to pull you up, keeping that pull in the abdominal wall. Bend the knee, starting to roll down the back of the hips and lower back. And then as the leg extends out, coming all the way down, upper back, neck, and head. A little bit faster. Head and shoulders lift, knee in. Leg extends to take you up higher. Bend the knee, starting to roll down and coming all the way down. Head and shoulders lift, abdominal wall pulls in. Leg extends, lifting you higher. Roll those shoulders back and down. Start to roll the spine down and then all the way down. Belly scoops in. Leg reaches. Rolling down all the way down. 4 more. Knees to nose, nose to knee. Lifting higher, scooping in tighter. Halfway down, all the way down. 3. Extend. Other leg stays close to the ground, best you can. Last 2. And final 1. Head, shoulders lift. Lifting up higher. Bend that knee. Coming all the way down. Taking your arms back out to this side. This time, hand behind the head. Opposite hand is knee. Knee comes in. We're going to do a twist. Elbow to knee. And leg extends and lowers. Scooping around the stomach. Head heavy in the hand. Lower. Four more. We're done with this side. 4. Roll it down. Feel it down. 3. Twist. Wrapping out of the stomach. 2. And final 1. Send that leg out. All right, so hand removes from your head. We're going to roll to face forward. So rolling onto your side. Creating a little kind of pillow shelf with your head resting on your bicep or in your hand. And then bottom leg can bend in. That's going to help you balance that little lift in the bottom waist. Send your leg up so you're reaching from your waist over that hip. Hips are stacked, reaching out to that little toe. We'll start with some pulses. It's not a huge kick up to the ceiling because we're keeping our hips in place. Not so much crunching at the waist, but lifting with that outer hip and thigh. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that leg up. Start to bend your knee because it's lifted. There'll be a little space between your legs. Hips are stacked, not crunching in the stomach. Leg is going to send right back out. Reach out to that little toe. The knee comes in, kick out. You can come in further than 90 degrees. You just want to make sure your hip isn't crunching into the rib cage or that front waistband isn't tucking in. And that tailbone reaching out right in line with the crown of your head. Knee in and kick. Other hand can be in front of you for balance on your hip to make sure that hip doesn't move. Counting down. 8, 7, 6, 5, holding that leg out in 4, 3, 2, last one. Leg reaches back out. Instead of pulses, let's do little circles. Reach up to that little toe. So working to lift through that outer hip and thigh as you circle up and around. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse directions. Circle 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to how we started. Bring that knee in. Kick out. Reach out to that little toe. Knee in. Straight leg. So keeping a little lift of that lowest rib, your waist hovering off the ground. Feel free to go slower if this is a little quick pace. More important to keep those hips stable, spine in line, and how fast you're going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and kind of last part, laying down on our side like that. Let's extend our bottom leg. Top leg, you're holding it up, reaching through that outer hip, little toe, and then we're gonna lift our bottom leg, squeeze, and release. I came up a little bit higher, resting my head on my hands. You can stay down with your head resting on your bicep too. Counting down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower those legs down. You can bend those knees in so that your knees are now in line with your hips and shoulders. Let's come up a little bit higher onto our forearm. So you're in a side plank. If you want to come into a full plank, extend those legs out. Feet can be staggered or stacked, up to you, or staying down on your knees. Either way, we're going to do that kind of wrapping motion we did earlier. From all fours, reaching, inhale, hand up to the ceiling, hugging around the belly button to twist toward the ground, threading your fingertips through. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread underneath. So again, feel free to come to your feet, lifting your outer thigh, outer knee, and lower leg off the ground. Keep pressing up from that forearm, especially in the twist. If it feels better on your shoulder, you can bring your hand down to the floor in front. So sometimes that puts a little less pressure in that joint. You don't want to wrap back underneath you. Counting down. 4, 3, 2, last one. Inhale, reach up, exhale, thread underneath, and then turning to face the ground, making your way back to hands and knees. So we've already been on our hands a bit. Anytime that you like to come off those wrists, you can come down onto your forearms. Just know that sometimes there's a little bit more pressure in the lower back, so lift that front waistband to help with that. That goes for hands and knees too. It's just gonna be a little bit safer of a position. I'm gonna take my leg closest to you guys, extending back over behind you. It's that same one that was working before when we were on our side. Bringing that leg up and back behind us, about the height of your shoulder hip, and keeping a lift in the front waistband so that lower back isn't sag. We're going to hamstring curl, pull that heel in toward you. Reach back out through the toes, and then toes lower to the ground. Lift, curl in, straighten out, and lower. Lift, heel in, toes out, and down. Lift, curl, hamstring curl behind the thigh. Reach out through the toes, and lower. 4 more. Up, in, out, and down. Leg extending straight back behind you, pulling that heel and bending the knee. Stretch out and lower. Final 2. Lift, curl, reach out and down on this last one. Leg stays lifted, leg stays curl, and pulse. Passing through the heel, the sole of the foot up to the ceiling. Squeezing in the glute, that booty squeeze, the back of the leg. Almost there. Got another part in hands and knees right after this. We'll keep our leg in this position in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your knee bent, tap it down to the ground. We're gonna take that leg out to the side, back down to the ground, and back to that donkey kick. The knee and toes tap, take it side, outer thigh, tap, back of the leg. I like that tap part just to make sure you have that good bend in the knee, not bring that heel in too close to the hip. Take it side, tap, back, tap. Good. Side, tap, back, tap. Making progress. Let's do 2 more rounds. Take it side, take it back. Last round. Take it side, take it back, tap it down or extend that leg straight back behind you. We're gonna come into a twisted plank. This bottom leg, that knee, I'm going to wrap it to the front of the room. Reach that foot out so that now you're crisscrossed at the ankles, hips twisted toward you guys, shoulders face the ground. We'll start with a twisted pike, scooping in those obliques, allowing your head to hang. Lengthen back out through that bottom side. Heart reaching forward, hips lower. We're going to draw our knee in toward the opposite elbow, the leg that's twisted in the bottom. And then that top leg, take it up to the ceiling. Scoop through the stomach, squeeze up. Inhale back into your twisted plank. Exhale, knee in, inhale, step back. Exhale, back leg lifts. You can always just hold your plank, just the pike part. You don't want to lift one foot off the ground. Knee in, kick back. And again, you can also do this on your elbows, on your forearms. Pike hips up. Lengthen back out. Knee in, and kick back. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Stretch out low. Knee in, kick back. 3 more. Scoop belly in, waistline in. Wrap that hip underneath you. Stretch it out. Knee in. Kick. Last 2. Scoop it in. Reach out long. Knee and toes. Final 1. Scoop. Head hangs. Stretch out. Knee in. And kick back. Uncross your feet. Drop to those knees. Take a stretch as needed. Sending your hips back. Rolling out your hips and shoulders. And then from here, we're going to grab a set of weights. If you have some dumbbells handy. This next set of exercises, we'll come back to laying down after this to get the second side in. Haven't forgotten. Working a little bit of arms if you want to use weights. Even if with no weights, stretching fingertips out or staying really active internally through your muscle and the shoulders, connect to the chest, the back. You can still feel it without them. I'm going to do this kneeling. If you'd rather stand up into a full squat versus our kneeling squats, that's an option too. So I'm going to start upright, or again, you can come all the way up to standing. Knees are about a distance apart. Sometimes we bring the feet together behind us. Okay, I'm going to keep them parallel. Toes can be flat on the ground or tucked. Whatever feels better in your ankle joints, in your knees, in your back. If you're using those weights, you can hold on to them. So let's start by taking our hands forward as you send those hips back. Tailbone reaching to the ground, heart stays lifted. And then as you send your hips forward, hands are going to come back down in front of you. Inhale, lower, arms up. Exhale, pelvis forward, arms come back down. Keeping those shoulders plugged in so they don't come any closer to your ears as you move. Lower down with the hips, lower down with the arms. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, back of those thighs, good. 2, last one, come all the way up. Arms are going to lift back up. One arm is going to go out to the side. We're making an L shape. And trying to stabilize those hips, not letting them twist. Rotating in the arms. So shoulders, rib cage, stay stacked right over your pelvis, right over your legs. We'll wrap front ribs together toward your belly button. So that when you move your arms, you're not twisting in the torso. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing those hands back behind you and take a bit of a hinge. Sending your hips, but keeping them hovering over your heels, over your feet. Make sure you're not crunching the stomach, so heart reaching forward. Soft double chin, start to pulse those arms behind you. You're turning on your triceps with that reach through your hand weights or through your fingertips. Hips reaching back, shoulder blades slightly pulled together. And that chest open in front. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold those arms back there, then we're going to twist. If you're screwing in 2 light bulbs behind your back. The magic trick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit those hips back. Take those arms out to the side. Now your hands are going to come together in a chest fly as the hips come forward. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Let her reach out with the arms, spreading the shoulder blades wide across the back, even as those hands go out. Hands come together, they don't have to touch. Shoulders stay plugged in, tailbone down, heart lifted, kind of reaching out to the ceiling, even on the way down. Counting down. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Lift it up. Set those hand weights down. If you're using them, those shoulders will roll back and forward. And let's come back to laying down on the floor. Taking my legs out the other way because we have our other side too from here. So knees can bend in for support whenever needed, including this first set of crunches. But if you can, stretching those legs out against the ground. Rolling down, tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, and head. And then taking those hands behind your head. Head resting in your hands. Reaching your elbows, triceps toward the ceiling. Inhale as you exhale, scooping stomach in, arms pull together, side of your hips, rolling up, upper back, neck, and shoulder blades. Inhale, peel back down. So coming into that straight leg crunch or bending knees to the ceiling, that helps to keep that lower back connected, especially as that head lowers. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head lowers down, take your arms to your side, pressing a bit through the palms, keeping that open chest, shoulders away from your ears, head is down. So we're gonna take our leg, my leg closest to you, start to draw that knee out to the side, big toe travels up, that inner ankle and calf. And then that little hug from the inner thigh, bringing your knee to point up to the ceiling. Knee drops off to the side, keeping that opposite hip glued down, and stretch that leg back out, pushing out through the lower abs. Knee comes in, up to the ceiling, back out to the side, and leg straightens. Drawing knee wide, foot in, turn out, and press it all the way back down. Be more like this. Draw that knee in, turn it up to the ceiling, open back out, stretch it all the way back down. Knee in, hips level, tailbone on the floor, in, out, and lower. Last 2 rounds. Knee reaches out to the side, turning it in, turning it out, and lower. Press it all the way back up and down. Final one. Knee in, twist it up, fall out, and lower. Arms are going to come out to the side, opposite hand and foot. Leg lifts, head, neck, shoulder blades lift as well with that twist. Spread that lifted leg, peel back down, shoulder blade, neck, and head. And also take the hand behind your head, elbow toward your foot, head resting in your hand. Twisting again around the stomach, kind of a little bit of a theme today. Kind of rotation and unwind. And that other leg can bend in for more support if you keep it straight, pressing the heel of the back leg against the floor. Looking good, counting down, 4, and lower, 3, and lower, twist, roll it down. Final one, lift, twist, and lower legs down. Arms are gonna come back down to your side. Same leg that's been moving before. We're gonna bring the knee in. This time knee toes point to the ceiling. Chin parallel to the ground, hips level. Send that leg out, reach through the toes, turning on the bottom of the quad, those knee extenders. Bend that knee back in, and then slide it back down to the floor, all the way back out. Knee comes in, stretch out through the toes, bend the knee, and lower. Two more like this, then we'll add on. Knee, stretch it out, bend in, reach it out, two active legs. Last time, knee, extend, bend, all the way back down. This time when that knee comes in, we're gonna roll head, neck, and shoulder blades, reaching to the back of the thigh, holding that leg, belly scooped in tight. When that leg straightens, hands get pulled by that heavier drop in the leg. Shoulders plug in, belly squeezes in, that's lifting you higher. As the knee bends, the leg may be feeling a little lighter, so starting to press that lower back down to the floor. And as you let go of your leg, rolling all the way down, upper back, neck, and head. A little faster, drawing your nose to knee, belly pulls in, holding the back of the leg, leg straightens, lifting you higher, scooping tighter. Bend the knee to roll back down, and all the way down. Belly and knee in. Leg straightens to lift higher, bending that knee to lower halfway, lower all the way, leg to the floor. Bending that knee, leg heavy in those hands, and lower. Rolling up, head, neck, shoulder blades. Leg extends, lifting you higher. Knee bends all the way down, making progress. Scoop, straighten, roll halfway down, roll all the way down. Peel it up, belly in, lifting higher, knee bends, and lower. Two more. Reach all the way up, bend that knee, lower. Final one, roll up, lift higher, bend that knee, and come on down. Knee's gonna come back in, opposite hand behind the head, other arm out to the side, lift and twist, belly button pulls in, roll it down. Feeling that squeeze, that wrap right around your midline, your belly button, the center of the body. Other leg against the ground. If you can keep it there, press the back of the thigh to the floor. Elbow and knee come close together in that twist and lift. They don't have to touch. Lift, twist, and lower. Counting down. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Lift, twist, and lower all the way down. Shaking those legs out. We're gonna roll the face forward onto our side. Bend your underside arm to rest your head down on your bicep or head in your hand. Bottom knee can come into with that little lift underneath your lowest strip of your waist so that your hips and shoulders stay stacked. You're not sagging to either side. Leg lifts up, top leg, other leg that hasn't been moving, reach out through that little toe from the outside of the waistline, outer hip, outer thigh, pulling front and center to help keep those hips stacked. Starting with those pulses, little toe lifting up to the ceiling, lifting from that outer hip and thigh. Breathing as you pulse. Inhale, pulse, pulse, pulse. Exhale. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Holding that leg up in 3, 2, and 1. Hips stay in place, starting to bend your knees so that there's a little space between them. And then shooting that leg out, foot, knee, line, hip, foot, and shoulder. Knee bends in, coming forward, and kick back out. Bring that knee into hip height. You can come a little bit further in, as long as that tailbone doesn't start to tuck underneath you. That front waistband doesn't tuck in, keeping long waistline for sure. A little lift underneath the bottom side. comes in, kick it out. 8, 7, 6. Feel free to go faster or slower than I'm going. 4, 3, 2, final 1. Reach your leg out. This time little circles. Kneecap, toenails face forward. Reaching out that little toe, lifting at the outer hip and thigh. Circle 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse directions. Leg hovering. Circle the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like we just did. Bring that knee in and kick out. One more set of these. Single leg press, fighting gravity to hold that leg lifted, hip height, shoulder height. Finding the knee forward, extending out. Squeezing the back of the leg, lifting that outer hip and thigh, pushing out from the abdominal wall and that waistline, keeping that little hover in that bottom side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, leg stays out. Bottom leg is going to extend out as well, so 2 straight legs. This top leg lifted a little higher than your hip. Bottom leg is going to come to meet it. Feel that squeeze right around the stomach, hugging the waist. 2 straight legs. Take them slightly toward the front if needed. That'll make it a little easier. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those legs down. Bend your knees to come into a half plank so that your knees and hips and shoulders are lined up. Bring your elbow underneath your shoulder, help create that lift. Pushing out from that forearm, from the side of your waist, that outer hip and thigh. You want to come all the way up to your full side plank. Then you're going to stack your feet or stagger them. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling. Then exhale, that wrap underneath. Inhale up. Exhale, twist, hugging around the stomach. Keeping those hips hovering. Pushing as far as you're comfortable. Sometimes that running underneath puts a little bit too much pressure in the front of the shoulder. You can also take your hand down the floor and to the side if you're on a mat. Twist, rotate. Hips stay lifted. Even as you twist. Final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn to face the ground, come to hands and knees. Or again, anytime you can come down to those elbows, create even more support for that lower back with that lift in that front waistband. So let's start with our hands underneath our shoulders. Our leg that has been moving when we're on our side, one closest to you guys. We're going to take that leg up toward the ceiling, reach out through that little toe. Pull that heel and squeeze behind the knee. Send that leg straight back out behind you and lower to the ground. Keeping that front waistband lifted, that lower back supported. Lift, heel in, send it out, and lower. Stretch it up and out, hold heel in. Send out through the toes, tap to the ground. Lift up, heel in, toes out, and lower. 4, heel, toes, and down. 3, heel in, reach out, and lower. 2, heel in, curl, reach out, and down. Final 1, leg lifts. Bend the knee, keep it bent, pulse to the ceiling. Pressing into the heel, lifting through the back of the leg, keeping a little bit pull up from that front waistband, your belly button. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one, knee and toes tap down, keeping that bend in the leg. We're going to alternate taking leg out to the side and back in that donkey kick. Knee out, heel back. Lifting that outer hip, outer thigh, glute and hamstrings, back of the leg. Making progress, couple more. Take it side, take it back. Good. 4, and back. 3, and back. Last 2. Back, final 1, out to the side, and back. Leg can lower, straighten it out, press through the heel. So coming into our twisted plank, either on your hands or down to your elbows. Wrapping your hips, taking that knee that was on the floor, crossing that foot underneath and then in front. Pike hips up to the ceiling, pulling in the waist, rib to hip, belly to spine. Inhale, lengthen out, stretch back out through the waist. And then that foot that's kind of underneath in front, knee in. That foot that's on top, kicks back. And again, scoop belly in. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, twisted plank. Exhale, leg kicks. Wrapping the hips. Belly button facing toward the screen. Shoulders over wrists as you lower. Shoulders square. Hike up, scoop. Stretch out. Knee in. Kick back. 4 more. Pull the waist. Stretch out long. Knee in and kick. Last 3. Knee in and kick. Final 2. Pull waistline up. Look forward. Knee in and kick. Final 1. Scoop up. Back to your plank. Knee in and kick. Uncross those feet. Take a stretch. You guys, awesome job. We are almost done with our session this morning. We're going to come back to laying down for one last exercise. Laying down onto your back. Very similar to what we did before and holding the back of the leg. We're going to roll up head, neck, and shoulder blades. You get this lift, this scoop in the stomach, reaching for your leg. Now you can do a bent leg again like we did earlier, holding onto our leg, belly pulled in, or reaching up a little bit higher. Maybe that leg can straighten. So holding onto the ankle cap, or even with a straight leg, you can stay lower. Just try not to grab directly behind the knee. So reaching up for our leg, and then staying lifted to switch. So we'll pull in the stomach, to scissor those legs. You can add in a little pulse, so you get a little extra stretch in. One leg pulsing off the ground, reaching out through the toes. Other leg pulsing a little closer to you, and a little deepening squeeze of pulse in those abdominal muscles. Soft double chin. Keeping hips level across the floor. Switch, pulse, switch, pulse, switch, pulse, switch, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Final part with those legs switching. You can continue to hold the back of the leg or take your hands behind your head as they scissor. You want even more of a challenge, extending your hands back behind you with that offset. Final countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give those knees a hug, a squeeze, you guys. Awesome job. Pressing your head back down onto the floor. Taking a stir of those knees, stretching through the inner hip flexor. Stirring the other way, widening those sitting bones against the ground. Spreading out the lower back. Bringing your feet and knees together. Take a soft twist of those knees side to side. creating a little roll forward and back. Rolling on up to have a seat. A little stretch for those arms. Since you're in a lot of planks today, draw one arm across your body. Let that shoulder release, relax, sliding down the side of your back. And then moving your hand toward your elbow, reach behind your head. Elbow pressing into your hand, hand pulling onto your elbow or upper arm. And then switching sides. Arm across the body, shoulder rolls back. Hand to the ceiling, little pull, reaching behind the head. Elbow pressing into your hand, hand pulling back on that upper arm. And release. Guys, that is it. You did it. You're all done.